Let's compare spanking scenes. That versus Marty Supreme.
Well, we got to see Timmy Chalamet's bare ass in that one, so I mean, how can
Well,
you put
I'd
a
say
price
those are
on that?
both slow and sadistic to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a good guy.
No.
Nice hat.
Hey, a hat.
Hats off! Get the hats! Get the hats!
Hats. You need hats.
All right. This week we've got in absence of Eric, we tagged in
Yeah.
our guest Mike, who's been on here before.
Good pal, Mike. It'd be insulting to do Eric's intro again. It's just that's so we
Can't even
are
replicate.
No, I can't replicate it. So
You're right.
Yeah, we had
So-
Mike.
Slamming on the table.
No,
actually, I brought out some baby powder. We'll do that intro.
Yeah.
We're copying intros.
Yeah. But yeah, we have Mike here. Mike, did you pick this movie that we were going to talk about this week? Micah just texted me about it, and I was
Yeah,
like, sure, let's go with it.
This is one that's been on my list for a long time. Kind of similar situation to the last time I was on the pod. Just something I'd been kind of circling for a while. They actually had a screening of it at a theater relatively close to us, so I initially talked to Mike about whether or not we should go to it. He ended up not being able to go, and so we watched it at home. But all still good. It was still really fun. And I thought
Mike,
it was
had
pretty
you
good.
seen this before, or is this a first
Yeah,
time viewing?
probably a long time ago when I was like pirating everything that moved. Just going down the top 100 IMDb.
Yeah. This is one that I know I hadn't seen. It's a movie that I had heard the name of, Barry Lyndon. Heard it thrown around all the time. But I didn't actually know anything about it. I didn't even know what it was about. I knew it was
Not
Kubrick.
even the 21 Savage edit that goes around.
No, I don't think, or maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I didn't know that's what it was. I'd have to look it up again.
Dude, you got to see this edit, man. It's so.
I would
I'll
look
look
it
it
up
up.
on Twitter. YouTube does not have it. I don't know why.
I'll look it up after this. But yeah, it was I was definitely a watch. I guess I wasn't what I expected out of Kubrick. For a Kubrick movie, but I liked it. And
Mike, do you want to give us like a
give us a rundown
if you can?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Feel free to also take 3 hours.
Yeah, no worries. I took some notes to kind of highlight some of the things about the movie. So it was 1975. It's a historical drama that was written, directed by Stanley Kubrick. It's basically about a guy in the 18th century. He's an Irishman from the countryside who is trying to just climb the social ladder, and it's 3 hours and 5 minutes, and it's split into two parts with an intermission. And it basically just takes you through this guy's life where he goes through all these different trials and tribulations, starting off with basically being an outlaw pretty much right off the bat of the start of the movie, and then him going through different being in multiple militaries, and then going through and finding his way into the aristocracy, and him attempting to basically become a lord back in Britain.
Yeah, he kind of goes all over the map here.
Yeah.
I was shocked, and I don't want to say this because I'm sure, like, if from back in the time in the 70s, I was shocked how few actors I recognized, if any. I don't want to say these people are no names because they probably had illustrious careers prior to this point, but it wasn't like anyone that I, off the tip of your tongue, like mainstream, that I would
Still
know.
alive.
Well, that too. That's part of it. I don't know. I just I recognize actors even from movies from the 70s or the 60s. And this one, I don't really know if I can say it with confidence if I knew any of these actors from other works. That might be different for you guys. And I'm sure somebody listening.
Micah and I had a few things a few people that we kind of recognize. A lot of people that I think as they came into like my understanding when they were much older. So it's kind of difficult to be like, is that not who I think it is?
Yeah. Under all the makeup and the costume.
Yeah, especially with the
and
period
25
piece
years
costume.
younger.
Yeah, the period piece costume certainly kind of throws everything off. It's really difficult to recognize, but
right. And a lot. You look at all these pictures; they got black and white. And I'm looking at their careers. They had like a ton of movies in the '60s, as well. That
a lot of people who had long careers in the 60s and 70s, as well as some like a lot of people who were on stage.
Yes,
which I think really, really helps for this like period piece type of movie is having people with like a big stage background kind of adds to to the 18th century of it all.
Yeah, it is funny if you click through some of the actors. There's usually another Kubrick project in there.
Yeah,
whether it's a small role or not, but like one guy's he was in 2001 and he was in this one. He was in Clockwork. He was in this one.
Yep.
He's got his guys. Maybe in 25 years, we'll be like, have you guys heard of this movie? Timer?
Yeah.
Look at all these, look at all these guys that are in it.
Yeah. That's why I was very careful to not say, a bunch of no names, because that's obviously not the case. I was just saying, like, for me, it's like, there was no Robert Duvall's or any, like, think about those big movies of the 70s. No Al Pacino's, nothing like what. That'd be hilarious. Al Pacino.
Wow.
Barry
Al
Lyndon.
Pacino in this would be something.
Oh, man. They're like, you're no, what is it? What was he disguising himself as? A Hungarian? You're no Hungarian. Al Pacino.
Wow.
Oh,
whoa.
That was another thing, too. The accents in this movie kind of tripped me up, because, like, I didn't even, was Barry
Irish.
I know, but did he? He didn't sound super,
I would say so. You could hear it.
Yeah, I think he did honestly a pretty good job of being pretty subtle. It wasn't too over the top. It wasn't super sing-songy. It was kind of just like right there. I think especially as an American, that's got to be a pretty tough act.
Is he an American actor? Barry, what's his name? Ryan O'Neal. Yeah. No, it's cool.
His last name is O'Neal. Maybe he tapped into something.
But they kind of make a joke about that later, right? Where he's just trying to disguise himself as like he's trying to pretend he's a British officer. And he's like, oh, my uncle O'Grady, which, like, even for me, I'm like, that sounds like a fake name. I don't know how anyone was going to buy that. A lot of duels in this movie. I always kind of figured that was not really a thing. I was kind of, like, blown up for a story, which, again, I know it's a fictional story, but I was, like, surprised how many things were settled via duel.
I think, like, dueling was, like, fairly common, but also it was still illegal. So it was, like, one of those things where it was, like, a gentlemanly way to handle stuff, but at the same time, they did have to arrest you for murder if they caught you. Yeah, and all the witnesses were in on it, so they weren't going to be like, they're like, okay, that's fair.
Well, that was the first thing I noticed right out the rip, which is kind of the inciting incident that pushes the story along. Is we duels that British guy, beats him fair and square, but then they're like, get it.
They pull a fast one.
Well, obviously, you find out later that it was all a ruse to get rid of him, but I feel like that implied, like you just said, Micah, that even if it was a real duel, he was going to get he would have been in trouble if they caught him.
Yeah, they were like, just, let it cool. They didn't have forensics, man. They were just like, have you seen a guy? And they're like, could be anyone. He's Irish, you say? Yeah, that's like all of us.
I mean, it was a long...
in Ireland.
Yeah. You think about it, man. It was a long time, even like another 200 years before, like, you used to have to cross state lines. They're like, rats. And then we're talking countries like, well, where is he? Well, he left the county. We're fucked. I don't know. What are we going to do? Chase him?
Yeah. Positively impossible.
But how'd you guys think about him? So in the start of the movie, he's in love with his cousin, who's around his same age, and he just refuses to let it go, to the point where when she meets this British officer who's like actually an eligible bachelor, also there's like a money aspect for their family, he just like won't let it go. I was like, okay, maybe he loves her that much, but no, as soon as it got rough, he had to leave. He was like, well, tough. I killed him. But, I'll see you later.
That was my other question. Was it a big deal that he was her cousin, or was it more because he just didn't have any bread? Well, I don't know what the protocol was in that point in Ireland. Like, maybe it was chill, but it was more like they need her to marry a man of means because they have that money problem.
I'm blanking. Yeah. Oh, you said, Mike?
No, I think it definitely seemed like cousins was an issue.
Yeah,
although my understanding is that didn't become an issue until much more recent. But
yeah, I don't know. That was my question. I didn't initially should they say it's his cousin, and you're like, icky. But then I didn't like immediately. I kind of gave it the benefit of the doubt that like maybe back in the day like that was.
I think if you're doing cousins, it's like, okay, why are you doing cousins? It's like, well, to keep all the money within the family. But they needed money from out not gonna
help.
The family. Yeah.
Fair, yeah.
And then I thought the guy who played the British officer, I really liked what he did. Yeah. Just like playing like the most offended, pissed off British guy who's like trying to kind of keep his composure, but is also so angry. And he's like, you gave multiple men ribbons, you harlot. And it's like... He's just like gnashing his teeth. Yeah, dude. I thought he was fantastic. When he was like scared out of his mind, which like, yeah, if you knew that your gun wasn't loaded and that his was, and he got a free shot at you, and I don't know what they stuffed it with, but it's going to hit you.
I'm not familiar with toe.
I'm looking it up right now.
I think it's like maybe like some kind of sticky, rubbery substance.
But I mean, still, that'd be like me, like, yo, you're not gonna die, probably. We're gonna shoot you with this rubber bullet at point blank. Like, even if like, you know those like police guns they use.
Yeah.
Imagine standing 10 feet away and I'm like,
your eye out.
Like a jackass gun.
Well, I'd say worse than that because it was close. What was his gun?
And then also, the guns back then, man, you could just point it at a wall and maybe hit the other wall. Like, you're stuffing like a cotton ball and then some like bullshit bullet and then pouring in some powder and then like jamming in with a stick and then you're just kind of pointing it and hoping for the best. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, the other thing too, like I remember in like The Prestige, they talk about that with like those guns, like all it takes is something to break off. Like it could be like a little like pebble in there that gets in there by accident and you're dead. Like that's game over.
Yeah. Their style, we'll get there. Their style of warfare. Thank God the Revolutionary War happened and we got away from that.
Oh yeah, that style.
The gentleman's warfare. Line up, everyone, and we're taking turns.
Yo, why not just? They didn't even return fire, bro. I'm like, you're eating the brunt of it every time. Oh
dude,
my
god!
Crazy.
That first battle he goes into is so crazy.
They're just like, walking down.
Incredible shots though of like just all that entire group of them walking across the field, and just guys dropping, just dropping, and then. Ultimately, then his like mentor gets shot, and
which
that's like his only friend that he has at that point in the movie.
True, you have to think that's happening often, considering how they're doing this. It's like, all right, you're a commanding officer, stand in the front, 40 feet.
I know
promotions, man. That's why you join. That way you can move up in life.
So, it is so funny, Mike. You mentioned the Revolutionary War because I know. The natives did this, and then the colonists started doing these methods.
The guerrilla, just not lining up. They called it guerrilla, but it was just not lining up to die.
Like, hey, what if we go in the trees and use them as cover? Yeah. Oh, hogwash! How could you?
What if we laid on our what if we got down low and maybe ambushed them? They're like, the ungentlemanly.
Well, apparently there was like a thing
something other than bright red.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? How about we don't play every instrument known to make it as we approach? We're coming.
Yeah, alert them. Alert them.
I guess like there was a thing that like you weren't. I think it was like an audible thing. Like you weren't supposed to target the generals or something like initially, and they started doing that. They're like, well, take out the leader. It makes more because everyone would scatter. It's like,
yeah,
that's the guy with the instructions.
Yeah, I just was
it's
laughing.
not like they're easily replaceable. You got to ship one in from London.
This was so much worse than like what when you talk about the gentleman's warfare, because I've seen the movies where, they're lining up across a certain area and they're taking turns just shooting at each other across the way. The no return fire by the British was sending me because I'm like, these dudes were we're going to walk and hopefully we get to them before. And what happens? We never get to see what happens when they reach the enemy line.
Then it turns into that's what the bayonet. Yeah, the bayonet.
I guess they win, or they're like, we made it. It's like Red Rover. Once you cross the line, they're like, no.
I think we're in this weird period where they're like, okay, we've got guns and cannons, but like all we've known is swords and stuff like that. So they're just like, let's just get close until we can go back to swords. That
guy, and was that his friend or his brother? It's his brother.
The older man?
The man who died. It was his brother.
I think he was like a family friend, uncle character.
Yeah, he seemed to be some sort of, because he was already in the British military,
and
but then he was his second in the duel. So it's like, that's got to be someone that he's close with.
This internet thing says it's his brother, but I don't know if that's right. Well, that says it's at funtrivia.com. I don't know if that was that. But also, I got to say, Barry was way calmer than I would have been upon the reveal that they basically did all that just to get him the fuck out of there. I'd have been sick. I'd have been taking my Yankee Doodle rifle and headed right back to Ireland.
Well, yeah, he didn't love her for real, because as soon as he was like, hear me out, they did give me like $500 or whatever the equivalent.
Oh, what did he say? He said, like, he's like, they gave me the money. They gave him the money, and they were like, the uncle or the brother guy was like, I'm going to spend whatever I got left I'll give to you too. And then he died. So that
in a night, he lost most of it.
He lost like 400.
Were they just robbers too before he joins the military? when he's just walking along.
Those two men?
Were they just like robbers? Like they're just like dudes just like
they
pick
robbed
off
him.
They've been picking people clean.
They were highwaymen.
Highwaymen, yeah.
Like in RuneScape.
I know, it's just funny because I think it was the costumes or their outfits deterred me that they were highwaymen because they were dressed like, oh, proper. But I guess that's how everyone dressed back then.
You can't wear your "I'm a Bandit" T-shirt and start robbing people.
By the way, tow is loose wadding or unspun linen. So like, I don't know if like even the dude got shot at all. He might have just
shot him with webs.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Well, I think they said like I think what his like uncle or whatever was like. Yeah, he got so scared he passed out.
So maybe he wasn't in on it either, and he came to, and they were like, "We pulled a fast one."
Yeah.
Give me $500.
That's crazy. But yeah. So then so the next step is what? He's in the army. And he overhears these officers, right? And he has an opportunity to basically take his shit and skedaddle.
Yeah. The movie just gets real gay for like 15. You get the open mouth kiss from his brother uncle, and then
yep.
as he lay dying, and then he goes and robs these two guys, hashing it out. Yeah. Which honestly probably worked out. He's like, "Oh, I don't have to go anymore." It seemed like that was a big point of contention.
Yeah, butt naked, just sitting in the stream with your boy, telling him about how much you
gazing
love him
into his eyes,
that you have to go on another mission.
But then you come back and all your outfit, your credentials, they're all gone, and I call that a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
And your horse.
Yeah. Like, without Barry Lyndon would have done a little better research. I think he flew a little too close to the sun with those Prussians. Because he had the paperwork, right? So that was good. Mm-hmm. But then he starts. They asked him all these questions about England, and you didn't get to hear a lot of the lies, but he must have been spewing some absolute nonsense. They saw right through it.
Well, particularly because he's also not from England, so he's just making everything.
Oh yeah, he's never been from knowledge.
No,
never seen the king, never done any of that. The only guy he name drops is either fake or has been dead the entire time.
No, he's been dead 10 months. He'd been dead for 10 months, and he said he was the one doing it. Yeah,
he's also going the wrong way. Who knows how long he was shacking up with that guy's wife?
Oh yeah,
and her baby.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Wait, what that shit was super weird. Because what was the random line the narrator said when he walked away, where he's like, "You think like she's been shacking up with all the soldiers?"
Well,
is that what they're saying?
Her husband is probably not coming back. Not if they're fighting the way the English were fighting.
Yeah, no,
and
he probably already did.
All the groups of Prussians that he kept passing was like, they talked about how the Prussian army was just kidnapping children and putting them into service because they were so low on men.
Yeah.
And then they ended up kidnapping Barry because
they're
it's like,
more men.
You're an adult. Get out there with a gun, big dog.
They were like, "Do you want to do this the easy way or the hard way?" And he was like, "I volunteer." And they're like, "All right, I volunteer."
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
And then he becomes after his service time, he becomes double agent man to the So that he did not. I actually was curious for a minute if he was going to stay loyal to the minister of the police and what was it, Captain what's his face, and then he folds immediately.
He's like, "Oh, you're Irish too? Awesome."
No, I bet he's excited to see a countryman. I get it. I might have done the same thing. I was just kind of curious where his allegiances were. Like maybe he was like, I've actually carved myself out pretty good with the Prussians, or he never kind of got over the fact that they basically kidnapped him.
He said that he realized that the guy looked so rich and just had so much swag, and he was Irish, and he was like, I could do my job, pretend to be a valet for months, years, maybe slowly work my way up, or I could hitch my wagon to this super rich guy who's also Irish, and he was like.
And he's got aura too. He's like dripped out.
You can tell how rich they are
on his face.
Dude, the spade makeup, tough as hell.
So sick.
That was an interesting era when everyone did the porcelain doll look. Men, women, white, some blush, the beauty mark, the mole, the fake moles.
The hyperpigmentation.
Yeah. That's the way to put it. The only one really, I feel like only the what's his name, the Chevalier. He was the only one really pulling off. Everyone else looked a little Chevalier. Yeah, everyone else looked a little bit sickly, but they were cleaning up, right? He was robbing people at the table. What game were they playing? Was it
some variation of poker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of seemed to me like they were playing a variation of like craps, but with cards.
Yeah, because
Like
it was
they
all
were
about the
betting on
suit.
the
It was all about the suits, right? It was
yeah,
all
because they were looking at the like the if you look at the board, they were placing like their chips on almost like a roulette table, how you would place it on like certain things like reds or blacks or odds, evens, things like that. But I think it was like roulette, but
Mm.
obviously he had cards up his sleeve, so they were dictating everything.
yeah. I
And
do like
then
he accused him of cheating, right? But he didn't have any proof.
yeah, and then
But he,
using Barry as his swordsman when to go
Yeah,
collect.
Collect
That
his
was pretty
nice.
sick.
enforcer. But
Yeah,
it
he's
was like
nice with a sword.
I
Yeah.
thought initially, I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna kill that guy. But I'm like, oh wait, they're just fencing. He's
Yeah.
like, I win.
yeah.
Hey,
Foils aren't sharp.
Yeah. And then they do a little switcheroo, right? Because like I think I was a little confused what happened there because I don't know if I missed something. So like they're like we're gonna get him out of the country
Mhm.
Yes.
because they quietly pay the debt, get him out of the country, but then they do a little switcheroo. Barry gets out, and they had the Chevalier, whatever. He snuck out the night before.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was
got
to
it,
to get Barry out.
Yeah,
The easiest way. Collect the money. Everyone thinks they won, except they go
Yeah.
looking for their spy, and he's gone
Mhm.
in the wind.
Gone away.
Flawless execution.
Where he gets to go meet the lady Lyndon. Get that namesake, Barry.
Yeah, starts dirty macking immediately.
Yeah, I was a little shocked about that. I was like, bro, like you just got into this wealth position. You're being a little bit little too, cavalier with your infidelity.
He's been nothing but a dog the entire
Yeah, I guess.
Why did you switch up now?
He's macking on his cousin, then he macks up on the lady that has
Such
a
a
baby.
good point.
And then
I didn't even think about that actually. I
His
was like
whole
thinking-
family is like, please, we're poor. They will get us out of debt. You can't marry your cousin. He was like, I'll kill him anyway.
yeah,
And then-
I'm a killer.
I did forget earlier. He goes, they're like, apologize and go to Dublin, and we're calling to wash. I'd
we
rather
will pay
fucking die.
you to get out of here. And he was like, I'd rather kill him.
I'd rather fucking die. You're out of your goddamn-
It's not really all up there.
What does he do? They're at the dinner table in the company of his uncle. He just throws that glass right at his fucking face.
Yeah, he
It's
just can't stand it. I don't know, but then again, he did move on, and then he's just a series of bad decisions.
So yeah, he makes an enemy for life from his stepson. Was it Bullingdon? Bullingdon is just immediately from birth or from a young age just fucking hates that guy.
Well, they did like a nice like comparison. So Barry's mom, when she became a widow, when she was widowed, she had suitors, but she was like, no, I'm dedicated to my son and the memory of my dead husband. And that's probably what Barry's stepson wanted. And instead, like pretty much right after Barry coming to him and being like, just wanted to chat about how I've been seeing your wife. All right, you guys have a good afternoon. Gets him so mad he has a heart attack and dies immediately.
He's at the table.
Like, yeah, man. Been hitting your wife as friends though, and then he has a heart attack and dies. And then she immediately marries Barry.
Gotta say, I absolutely love the trope of a guy that's like having a heart attack or something, and he's like trying to grab his pills and put them in his mouth.
Yeah.
It's like already way too late. Like you're already cooked.
The cinematic parallels between Barry Lyndon and Dumb and Dumber.
I was about to say that. My ulcer.
Yeah. Wow. How great cinema mirrors each other. So weird too. I just saw Hamlet in theaters. Not theaters, in theater this past weekend.
Oh, I would say the Riz Ahmed one?
No, Hamlet. It was like so we were in Western Mass, and there was like this like a Shakespeare company that does like a condensed version of Hamlet. So we watched that. And, again, Hamlet, obviously one of those iconic stories. This is a little Hamlet-esque. It's not his uncle, but you got the son of a father just died being like, yo, you just shacked right. He's pissed at his mother, too, who just immediately shacked right up. And that, that's like, he's mad. He hates Barry. But he's devoted to his mother, but he's just like, how could you? Because but what is he? He disrespects the fuck out of both of them that one time, the little kid.
Yeah, when he's young, when he's like 9 or something.
Because she's like, you are disrespecting your father, or whatever, you're upsetting your father. He's like, no, I think you've upset my father.
Yeah,
like,
you're not my real dad.
Yeah, I'm like, you cooked it.
That maybe could have won him over if he had tried it all, but instead he went around cheating on his mom in full view of everyone.
That's the thing. It's like I would more normally be like, this is just a bitter stepson if Barry wasn't a fucking horn dog. He's out here at the party, 2 chicks, full wigs, no shirts, full dress. That's how they roll.
Yeah, she was like, damn, even the maids. She was like, I've got no one in this house he hasn't slept with.
Yeah.
And now like she's jealous of everybody. And the son's like angry. The eunuch, her spiritual advisor guy, that disapproving. No, he was playing that kind of role.
He seemed eunuch-esque.
Eunuchly, you know.
Yeah.
He's not getting laid. Because he's a priest.
Yeah.
Among other reasons. And, you know, he's just there devoted also to her. So, you know, she's got her writers and they just were like mind boggled that she has chosen this obvious swindler.
Yeah. I actually kind of feel for Bullingdon because I low-key would hate I don't like the way that he did his punishment. Like, if you're going to beat me, but it was something weirdly slow about it. It was 1, 2, and I'm like, stop, just hit me. It's like,
well, I mean, what is the right way to beat a child? Yeah. Let's discuss.
Didn't Joe Jackson figure that one out?
Oh, Christ. I would say no.
No, I'm kidding.
I would say no.
You can, in fact, beat your child to greatness. That's what that lesson that we took away from that was. Now, if this joke's not landing, okay, moving on. Moving on. But yeah, Bullingdon hates him. I thought he was going to hate Brian, the other son, but it seemed like they kind of get along as brothers, sort of.
I'd say he hated him.
No, you think he hated him? I thought he kind of liked him.
In like okay, this little shit who's my mom's son with my, my not real dad. And then also he's annoying in like a little kid way, and he gets treated better than me. Yeah, and they both like him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And there's multiple times the mom's like, "I choose the baby over you."
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I would be like, "Yeah, fuck this guy." He starts beating his ass. Maybe that's the right way to beat a child. Just quick over the knee.
See,
bang it out.
That was my point, kind of right. Like, it wasn't like like when Bullingdon beat spanks Brian. Mm-hmm. He was got to be like, "You're being a little twerp." He starts spanking him. Where it was something weird and like slow and sadistic. Like brought him to the library, counted out them slowly, 1 strike to the. I'm like, stop. It's weird.
Okay, let's compare spanking scenes. That versus Marty Supreme.
Well, we got to see Timmy Chalamet's bare ass in that one. So I mean, how can
I'd say those are both slow and sadistic. To be like, yeah, it's not a good guy.
No
power moves.
Because he's like the little boy's a lord, so technically he ranks higher, but also he's a child.
Yeah, it is crazy too. I mean, like the thing is like that. Oh, the other thing too, and this is why he should have spanked him more properly because it boils over later when he embarrasses him in front of all of his friends. He snaps, which really was his undoing.
I think he could have survived the being the down dressing by the stepson.
Yeah,
it was him flipping out. They were like, you should have offered to fight him.
Yeah. No, you made a fool of yourself. And then all of his friends just fucking
immediately abandoned him.
Yeah.
Immediately abandoned him.
As quickly as hell. They're like, nah, that's that. Yeah, and like, I mean, Lady Lyndon didn't help. She just bailed immediately. But he kept coming in with the shoes, flopping in there. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. He's just, I think that's like, everyone was like kind of tolerating that. And then the son started talking. They were like, this is uncomfortable. Brutal stuff.
Well, I mean, it was right during the time when he's trying to get his title, right? Like he was trying to
he's scheming to get a title.
That's why they were having all those events at the house.
Yeah, he's really trying to get a lordship title. Because his mother's basically like, you're fucked if Lady Lyndon dies. Because this dude Bullingdon is going to boot your ass to the curb. He does not like you.
Yeah. He has no claims to anything his wife has to sign off on every purchase, on everything he does, because he's Mr. Lyndon,
Yeah.
Which starts getting thrown around with a lot more poison towards the end. Mr. Lyndon, Mr. Lyndon. I'm sure that drove him up the wall.
But, he's got to still, and Bullingdon leaves. He runs off. It looks like maybe, just maybe, Barry might be able to carve out some little life for himself, him, his son, Lady. Maybe not too much money, but, they're happy enough, it seems. Or at least him and that's when they kind of flipped the script of being like, yeah, Barry Lyndon's a dirtbag, but you can't deny he does love his son, Brian. And they're like, oh, that's nice. Until that damn horse. God.
Well, I'm putting the stable boys to death. First of all, you ruined the surprise for a child's birthday, you fucking dick. And then secondly,
you let him get it taken out?
He's a fucking child. Of course he's going to sneak out and just, I don't know.
Yeah, did they ever explain, like, how, like, because I knew, like, did he just, like, jack the horse, and the stable boys, like, let him get up there? Because why was he even saddled?
I think, I don't know, if I had to guess. He got over his fear of the dark real fucking quick, snuck out in the middle of the night, went over there, probably knows how to saddle a horse in theory, but it wasn't like a fully...
pony.
Oh, it was probably saddled too. He either saddled something, or it was probably saddled because they were breaking it in for him.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, like you said, Micah, either these stable boys weren't paying attention and he got the horse out, or they were like, oh, what's the harm? Let him go ride it. I don't know which one's worse.
What exactly was his injury? I was trying to think about it in my mind.
It was like internal bleeding or something.
He must have like cracked a spine, or I don't know. It's like
well, he was saying how he couldn't feel like his leg, so he probably had like he was probably paralyzed.
Yeah, he ruptured something.
He must have ruptured something internally, which is because that's the only thing I can think of that would take would allow him to survive for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, he died a slow, agonizing death. That scene was so painful.
Yeah. He gets very poignant. Mom, Dad, like, you guys have to love each other, otherwise I can't see you both in heaven. I have bad news, son. It did not work out.
They fucking hate each other.
Yeah, they fucking hate each other. That was actually a really sweet scene in a sad way. And they hate each other so much they couldn't even honor their dying son's last wish.
Well, crazy. I don't know if she ever hated him. I think she was just miserable and alone, and you know, you're down 2 sons, essentially.
Yeah, that relationship was not strong enough to withstand the loss of a child, which has taken down a lot of relationships, you know what I mean, couples over the years.
Even the strongest of relationships.
Yeah, even the strong, yeah, exactly. And that was
already on the rock.
That thing was already, like, running on fumes.
Not to bring up the mummy again, but, you know, they made it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You fight the demon. The child's the problem. How dare you die?
Yeah, Lee Cronin, the mummy. They locked in. It didn't. It actually, the fighting started when she came back.
Yeah, they were like, "It was your fault." He's like, "She's dude.
Yeah,
you've
been holding on to that one for fucking 8 years, haven't you?"
Oh, ridiculous.
But yeah, no. Then Lady Lyndon tries to kill herself. The priest wants to stay just to like help her, and Barry's mom says, "Get the fuck out." Crazy shit.
I really like the scene where she poisoned herself, because I don't think the camera had moved quite like that the entire time where we're just following anybody. Yeah. Even during the war scenes, I think they're all pretty stationary.
Yeah, it was a lot of stationary shots, yeah. No, I liked it too. What did they say she drank to kill herself? Arsenic. Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking brutal way to go out.
She doesn't drink enough of it. So she just gets like super sick in like a really painful way.
Yeah. I mean, that's got to be brutal.
I mean, she was screaming. Oh.
Brutal.
And that's what activates the son-in-law.
Yeah. Bullingdon finds his dad or his stepdad pissed drunk at the club.
I hate Barry Avengers form. The accountant. He's been seeing all the money flying out of the coffers. The eunuch, he's like, they fired me, those bastards, and I offered to work for free. And the stepson, who's like, I've always hated my stepdad.
Hey, but the I Hate Barry Lyndon Club. They fucking...
They sit at that table and they scheme. They're like, you're going to have to shoot him. And he's really not built for the moment. But I enjoyed that whole scene.
Dude, that sequence was... I couldn't believe it, dude. Like, off rip, I just knew he was going to misfire that gun. Because he's, like, sitting there, like, shaking. And
arms weak.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, arms weak. Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
Are you doing an Eminem reference right now?
I don't really... I tried my hardest.
Yeah, I see what you're going for, Micah. But no, he misfires.
A little cultural appropriation.
Barry welcomes the sweet embrace of death at that point. Mm-hmm. She just said, Greg, I assume that's why he did it, right?
No, I think he tried to do him a solid. I didn't think he would shoot him.
Yeah. I think that
Seen
is
this?
well, Micah.
Okay, so you think it was more like your gun misfired. I'm not going to take advantage of your mistake. Let's call it a wash. Boom.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, because for the
funnier.
full sequence of events, as challenger, the stepson gets to call the coin flip for who. They didn't do it like the other duel where I thought it was like 10 paces, turn around, go.
Yeah,
it's not quite the Old West. It's one at a time.
Just go. They just
These
go.
fucking British people, man, one at a time. And so they're like, all right, stepson, you get to go first. And I'm thinking, this might be bad for Barry. And then he's just losing it. He's hands shaking, all squeaky and creaky and quaking. Absolutely shoots that shit into the ground. And now he's really losing it because he
just fucked up. He missed his first shot.
One thing Barry loves to do is tell a good old war story about what a badass he is. And he's, despite drinking all day, he's cool as a cucumber this whole time.
Yeah.
And so you just know he's like, he could dome him right now with his eyes closed, probably. Hands not even shaking. And he's just kind of like, I'll give him one. Shoots it in the ground.
And then they say, the guy says, right, the counter, whoever was like, he's shooting the ground, like, he is, you can call it. You can say, I am satisfied.
He did you a solid.
He did you a solid. Like, even the I Hate Barry Lyndon club is like, that was very honorable of Barry to do that for you. Like,
he quite literally
you
dodged
should
a
not
bullet.
be alive right now.
Yeah, you should be dead. He literally just spared you. Why don't we just call this a wash? Nope. It just pops Barry.
He really hates him. It's again another full circle moment.
Yeah, you see him. He's just like, do you have satisfaction? They all say that. That's a very. They keep throwing that thing around, and he's fuming. You can see the fume in his eyes. He's like, nah. Let's ask. I want a hypothetical. What if you miss the second shot? I think Barry.
I think.
Yeah,
I think Barry puts that thing between the eyes. Dude.
Yeah,
I think you put him down.
Yeah, you little shit. Are you kidding me? Like, but so when he hits him in the leg, is that what I understand? Like, so
shatters like his
kneecap or like right below his kneecap.
Right below,
it's bad.
Probably the
fucks his shit up. He's got to get it amputated now. Poor Barry.
The crazy thing is, I think like modern medicine, he's on his feet in 2 months. But
yeah,
they're like, we gotta take the whole thing.
Hey, he had a splinter doc. He had a splinter doc. What the hell were you gonna do?
Dude, I mean, Brian Robinson played like what?
Yeah,
a season later.
Yeah, he got shot. No, this one was like,
he got shot multiple times.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, look, the kid fell off a horse and it was game over. Like, it's everything. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
If only we knew something's bleeding inside him. Unfortunately, we have no way to see what that is or fix it. Yeah. So,
it's kind of like on him.
Yeah.
Poked at the bullet hole and was like, better just lop it off.
He's like kind of squeezing the meat around, like
he was treating it like a pimple, and he was like, I can't really see the bullet.
I'll say this. I mean, I think there was a time when eventually we learned how to like cinch and like repair arteries. When before that, it was like, oh, I think any doctor at the time would look and be like, oh, Jesus, yeah, nah. I mean, this thing's got to go. We got to just
that's the big one.
Seal that. Ooh. Looks like you got goopy knee. I've seen this before. I've seen this before in my travels.
Goopy knee.
Time to cut it off and give you some cocaine.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Medicine was hitting crazy back then.
I know, right? What was
it? Like buy arsenic off the shelf.
What was the milk of something?
Magnesia.
And then there's the milk of the poppy. That shit was like
that's fictional from the Hunger Games.
Oh, it is, or Game of Thrones, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's. Well, I mean, that's this. It's like poppy seed. I think milk of the poppy is
it's okay, but it's like they did have a liquefied form of opium. I imagine, you were getting cooked up. Like that thing was. Woo.
What did they call it in the Hunger Games? Though it's gonna bother me.
Oh, I don't know. Is there a thing in milk of the? What do I think of milk of the poppy is from something? Maybe that is
Game of Thrones.
Is it?
Yeah.
Milk of the
Give
poppy.
him some milk of the poppy.
Give him milk of the poppy. Yeah.
Oh my God, Stannis Brannus Baratheon Skarsgård is.
I'm looking up 18th century. Is it 18th century or 17th century? 17th century.
18th century.
Oh, 18th.
18th century.
18th century painkillers.
I won't be able to edit this out if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
If you're seeing this, I was right.
Yeah. Opium. Yeah, they had blood opium. Willow bark. Cocaine was used to relieve toothache or oral pain, but it's rare and experimental. Like these dudes felt the numbness in their teeth from cocaine and were like, "Oh, it's perfect. Your toothache's gone.
Oh, you're back for teeth grinding. I see."
Yeah.
Hey, It's just it's dude
I keep
falling out.
shattering my teeth, Doc. I think I need some more of that cocaine for the pain.
Yeah, and there was a lot of opium use. I mean, that shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
they had opium dens until like the Vietnam War, didn't they?
do you think opium dens were a cool time, or do you think it was like kind of gross? I don't know. I bet they were.
I think it was Virgin on sad, but also kind of cool, but like also sad. Like
I bet you walk into the opium den, it's like with a like, woo, it's gonna be awesome, and then you see someone who's been there for 2 days straight, and it's like a little less fun.
Yeah, someone's selling ass in the back, and you're just like, ugh.
God, chase that dragon, chase that dragon. But yeah, so now he's amputated. And they send who's Graham or whatever his name was. They Bullingdon is now head of the estate, and they send him in and they go, "Hey, we're gonna make you a little offer, Barry. We'll pay you 500. What were they called? They had a name, guineas.
Yes,
a year, which is pretty good. That's a lot of money to work with.
A lot more than he ever had
for life, as long as he does not set foot in England ever again.
Banned from England, banned from his mom.
And it says right, if he ever steps foot back in, money stops. There's no coming in and the money pauses and you can leave again. No. Which I think Barry made the right call. I think that was a pretty sweet.
The only call to make, because he also said you're kind of stuck because we are putting these debts on you.
Oh yeah,
not on the family, on you, Barry, and your credit is shot.
Yeah, you will like you will be jailed essentially for how much money you owe.
You quite literally can't pay this.
So we're gonna let you skedaddle, and that's good. And I think he took a good deal. And the ending of the book, and I'm assuming it's like this in the book. They're kind of like, yeah, you went home, and then we think you gambled. Well, that's about it. Oh, was it America?
America. He went to the mainland of Europe for a little bit, tried doing the gambling again, and it didn't work.
All they say is without his former success. So I don't think it worked out.
Yikes! One-legged gambler is not good at gambling.
I was a little curious about what that quote meant at the end about King George. What was the because there's a quote they put up at the end about King George, like all are equal now, like the rich and the. I didn't really get it.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
Something that happens when you die.
Yeah, when you die.
When you die, all are equal. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So, pretty strong illusion that Barry kicked the bucket, or with the one leg. Big week on the pod for amputations. Talking Euphoria after this, but
yeah.
You guys want to give it like a hat rating out of 10 if we're doing that? Is that too sticky?
No, I can give it a hat rating out of 10. Rating out of 5 or 10, whatever it is.
Sure.
By the way, I just want to say one fun fact, because I was reading about stuff before. I guess because he really didn't want to use electrical lighting for his Kubrick. They used an ultra fast lens. That was the only way they were. You guys said, Mike, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. It was like the shit they used for NASA and stuff because you can't normal frame rate or whatever. You can't film. It's hard to capture people, let alone when they move in natural light. So I guess they had it was kind of a crazy process. Mike, maybe you know more about it.
So basically his idea was that like a lot of movies from this period ended up looking kind of bizarre because of the modern electrical lighting. And so he tried using natural light or candlelight for pretty much everything. And so they used like the super fast frame rate. I think it's got like some spec. It's like the fastest for any movie ever. Not super like in depth on camera tech, but apparently it was crazy. And essentially that was because when you're lighting an entire room with candlelight, the flickering of the light just like was not capturable on cameras, on film, on the standard film cameras at the time. So used a NASA technology to capture crazy. That. Well, and apparently it got a best cinematography out of it.
Yeah. Apparently that's also a reason why it has more of a static. A lot of the camera moves are very you know what I mean? They're very stationary. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense because I think if they started moving around too much, especially in that candlelight, it would have been crazy. But I'm reading more about it. Like it was what he was able to capture is kind of one of a kind.
I thought it worked for the movie. Gave it a interesting kind of.
It was like a painting and everything.
Yeah. Every frame of painting. There we go.
Yeah. This was great. I was a little bit worried initially because I was like, when I turned this movie on, I will say in terms of pacing, I think it actually moved pretty well because at first I turned it on, I'm like, Jesus, they got me watching 3-hour Pride and Prejudice. I was like, fuck. But then his life just kind of starts moving very quickly. And I thought it was great. Yeah.
I mean, they start firing off guns pretty quick, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, but not even about the action sequence. It's more about the pace of the story. Like, you really are following this man on his misadventures, and all of this could have been avoided if they just let him fuck his cousin. But they didn't,
Lesson
whatever.
learned.
Lesson learned. Don't try to have sex with your cousin. Don't
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, dude. This movie was part of like the best Oscar movie year ever.
Was it
Or
75 or
74?
75?
Yeah,
It got
so,
name
like,
dropped this year, I think.
Yeah, so like
By,
One Flew Over the Cuckoo.
Who was it nominated? Was it Cuckoo's year? The Cuckoo's Nest year?
Cuckoo's
Okay.
Nest won, and then it was this, Dog Day Afternoon, Jaws, and Nashville.
If you wanted to know what Al Pacino was up to, he was
Yeah.
he was robbing a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was robbing a bank.
Yeah.
He was robbing a bank. That's funny. I just want to really check really quick about who this John Alcock guy is, the guy who did this. Oh, so he had worked with Kubrick multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And
Moon Landing.
Shining, the Moon Landing,
Clockwork
2001: A
Orange.
Space Odyssey. Yeah, cool. Very cool. He did win the Oscar for this one. This is only Oscar though. He did just a couple BAFTAs otherwise.
A hell of an Oscar, though.
I love an Oscar.
Also, they got one for costuming. Shout out the velvet corduroy-looking
man.
suits. I mean, they had this
Yeah.
guy dripped
Oh.
out.
The
Yeah.
green velvet cape. Oh my!
The cape
God.
was when he went to go
when-
beat his son again, and he had the
Dude,
cape on. I
oh
was
my
like,
God.
he's so evil, but he's so
walking
sick.
around-
Loved
he's, like,
him.
Blowing.
I
even
want
love
to
the,
fuck your mom.
yeah.
Take all her money.
I love the Prussian military uniforms. They look like navy
Dude,
coats.
crazy,
Things were tough because I feel like the red. We've seen the red coats before. That's been done, but I liked the clean navy or what was it, like a dark blue
Yeah.
coats they were rocking. The shit
Real
was
clean.
tough. Shit was
Real
tough.
clean.
A lot of wigs. I
Love
bet
that.
the wig budget on this movie must have been insane.
Yeah, they had to age them up, age them down.
The ladies' hats too. The ladies'
yeah.
hats like just enormous.
Some of those big
So
scenes where they're like a child's birthday party, and it's like 50 people dripped out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the scene where the two sons come in to that performance, the like musical performance, and there's just rows and rows of people in the audience like watching the mom on the piano,
Yeah.
and then they like walk through the center aisle, and it's just all these people in full garb. Must have been just an insane undertaking to get all of that together.
Dinner party scenes,
Yeah.
peak when they were gambling with the Chevalier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the action scenes were good. The war scene with the cannonballs, I thought that was so sick when he rescues
Yeah.
the officer.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was cool. I mean, yeah, this was a movie that just had a couple. Like, I guess I wasn't appreciating. Like, I didn't know how hard it was to film Candlelight, but I remember watching it being like, these candlelit scenes look fantastic, and then I was like, but then I didn't realize how technically arduous that was, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool to see.
Like literally, like groundbreaking.
Yeah, I know, right? Like the person do it because, like, but like you said, I'm reading it now. Like they're like, oh, yeah, he didn't like the way everything. It didn't look the same. These period pieces because it was, use electric light, just ruins everything. Very cool though. Damn, there's a principal photography was a full year almost.
Yeah, 300 days.
300 days is crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. Wow.
Makes sense.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, I like this one. This is cool. It makes me kind of want to go watch some other Kubrick ones I might not have seen yet. Like, I don't think I've seen FMJ. So maybe I'll do that next.
Dude, well, I guess you don't live here, but I got it right here.
You got it on?
Yeah, I got it on DVD. Dude, yeah, that one's fantastic. I've seen Clockwork Orange, another great one.
Yeah. I did see The Shining. I managed to catch it when I was back in IMAX a few months ago. That was really cool to see. I mean, it's Kubrick, man. Shit's sick.
Always makes heaters.
Word.
All right, what's the rating on this?
I'm gonna give this one 4.5 out of 5 hats. I think this is a one for the ages. I don't know if this movie is for everybody, but if you're someone who appreciates Kubrick and you want to watch a movie like this, you all right? You know what I mean? You wouldn't throw. I don't know if there's some people I can tell probably wouldn't appreciate it, but as someone who I enjoyed this thoroughly, I give this 4.5 out of 5 hats.
Yeah, I agree. I think particularly I was kind of struck by how, I guess, similar but very different from a lot of the other Kubrick movies. It wasn't nearly as like dark. Obviously, it had like some crazy dark themes, but it was presented in a much more kind of whimsical light.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I really appreciated that, honestly. So yeah, I'd give it 4 out of 5 hats.
4 out of 5,
nice.
rating. Very nice.
And I'm probably rocking with 4.5. Yeah, I don't think can't really I don't know, like a 5. I think that's like arbitrary to me.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, unless I'm just like, I really enjoyed this though.
This is a great movie from part. Like, I mean, it's a great movie. It's undeniably great from a technical aspect, from performances, from direction. Like, you can't not give it a thumbs up. But like, I think, like you said, Mike, like the arbitrary, the 5. It's like, I don't know if this was my favorite movie to watch. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was impressed by what I was seeing. I don't know how much I'm gonna be itching to be like, bro, throw on Barry Lyndon again. It doesn't have as much rewatchability as like, like The Shining or Clockwork. You know what I mean? Like, you can watch those ones.
Yeah. Throwing on Clockwork at the party.
Actually, that's a bad example. I should have said.
Put it on in the party, and you just sitting in the corner drinking milk,
scaring them.
Dude, Mike, what was the DVD we found? The one about the Korean response to 9/11. What was that?
Dude.
What?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Ground Zero something. Oh man.
It's in the we don't have to get up.
It's in the living room.
Yeah, like we talked about like putting that on at a party because it's like it was called like, I don't know, it's like sex something, like sexy or
no, it was Ground Zero Gone Wild.
Ground Zero Gone Wild. What? Yes. Yeah. And so it's like an art installation kind of thing. It's like a big wall that's kind of stretchy, and they had these dancers go behind it and like kind of push on it at times. Yeah. And then there's like this kind of like
house music
kind of thing going on, and that's like 30 minutes, and then it starts doing like, remember those old textbooks that would just have like random spirals and like, here's a horse, and it was like doing that, but I mean like, free your mind, Ground Zero is your body. And then we saw the towers, and we were like, so this is about 9/11. And it wasn't just the towers, the plane was like halfway in that bitch.
That's crazy.
And like it was just like Ground Zero is your mind, Ground Zero is your body. And I was like, we could probably put this on.
the wildest thing, dude.
Yeah, so maybe that could be you with Clockwork.
Anytime you find a suspicious DVD at the thrift, you gotta grab it. You gotta.
I agree.
You can't catch a virus from a DVD, I don't think. Yeah. So you just gotta hit play.
We got multiple DVD players.
I'm really sad about my DVD that I'm sad about. And I don't know if we're really gonna get into like what we watched, but I want to say, so I saw Wachowski Speed Racer in IMAX last week, which was incredible. Love that movie. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I can still get the 4K release. It's dropping in May, but the 4K limited edition Steelbook has sold out on pre-order, which is good because I'm glad it's doing well, but I'm sad because I won't get my hands on it. But I think I'm going to have to cop that one, just the 4K release now, because that movie is something special. And I cannot believe how bad the ratings are from 2008. Because now everyone who saw it now is like being like, this movie's kind of end of its time. But yeah, I want that DVD. I'm sad I can't get the Steelbook, but maybe if it made enough money, they'll do another release of it.
Yeah. That was one that Micah showed to me recently. Well, within the past couple of months. And I had never seen it. I didn't see it as a kid, but my dad went and watched it when I was a kid without me for some reason. I don't know. But he was like such a huge fan of the original show.
Yeah.
And so he came home and was like, it's terrible. You're never watching it. And then Micah brought it up to my dad. Like, we were talking about it sometime recently, and my dad was like, oh, I hate that movie. And me and Micah kind of just looked at each other like,
kind of slaps.
I kind of like it a lot.
So my uncle was the same way. My uncle, huge Speed Racer growing up fan. Didn't like it. But I think the thing is, like, if you ever watched the original show, it wasn't going to be one for one. It's like it's its own, like, it's such a unique movie that I understand why people didn't like it at the time. But I think now, where people who like movies watch Speed Racer now and go like, even if you don't love it, you're kind of like, I respect how out there this movie is.
Dude, they're taking such bizarre swings. It's so cool. Like,
it's cool, right? You just the colors, the fucking the pan cuts.
The fact they live in like Toontown is like, so wild. Like the drawings for the house, like the outline. And you're like,
you could have made it look like an anime, or it could have been like, does it feel like an anime?
No, it does feel like an anime, and I think a lot because now all my Twitter feed is about it. Because after I saw it in IMAX, people, everyone's talking about it. The other thing too is like they also nailed. I think if you watch the intro again, those first 10 minutes, in terms of pacing, just like the way their weird intercutting, their unique style, found a way to basically drop all this backstory, this exposition, while also showing his opening race without it feeling heavy-handed or like rushed somehow. It's very well done, which So this is cool. And that was a movie me, Mike, and Eric watched on a whim like 6 months ago. We're like, you remember that Speed Racer movie from 2008?
I know we did it too early. We could have watched it in theaters, but
it makes me kind of want to go back and revisit some of those Wachowski films that didn't do not Jupiter Ascending. I still think that one's probably crap, but I might go check out like Cloud Atlas again or something and see if it's
you're just addicted to the 3-hour movie, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But
cool.
Speaking of Mike, have you watched anything good recently?
Yeah, that was my one I wanted to talk about. How about you?
Sure
Mike?
did. Micah and I last week we watched Face Off. Brian, that's
it's John Woo, isn't it? Is it John Woo?
Yeah, it's John Woo. It's John Woo.
I know Micah loves fucking Face Off.
That's Micah's guy. Yeah,
I think John Woo might be my favorite.
I'd never seen it before. It was.
I've never seen Face Off.
Dude,
you guys need to watch. I will go watch.
Yourself.
Mike has been pitching me John Woo for like months now, and I think I got to give it a try. I'll tell you what, that's next on my list. I heard Hard Boiled's the other one, but Face Off, Mike, you liked it? Was it worth it?
Dude, honestly, it was so sick. It was so wild. Like his like style of movie making is so insanely over the top for like the action sequences. Super fun. John Travolta and Nick Cage, I mean, maybe two of the best to ever do it when it comes to like an over the top like performance. It's fantastic. Nick Cage, you know, he's being really weird. It's awesome. And then it's like as the name suggests, there's like a body swap aspect to it. So like each of them doing like a version of themselves being the other guy.
That's cool.
It was always like super fun to me. So no, I really liked it. I thought it was fun. Super kind of strange, super 90s. And
super
now
90s.
we've got like
the 90s.
We've got two movies lined up to kind of keep those good vibes going.
Okay, so let's hear them. What are we watching?
Well, so the next one we're going to watch is Snake Eyes, which is Nicolas Cage and Brian De Palma.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know if I've heard of that one.
I've never seen it. Micah, have you seen it? I think you own it, right? Or no?
I own it, but I bought a Nick Cage double feature thing, and it had Face Off. So I've only ever pulled Face Off out of that.
So it's
case.
Brian De Palma only a year before Mission Impossible, right? It's wait, am I bugging?
Yeah.
I wonder if I wonder if Tom Cruise was like, okay, working with Brian De Palma, you know, and then he's looking over and he's like, well, Brian, like, you know, John Woo helped out Nick Cage too, the way Brian De Palma did. Like, let's call up John Woo for the second one. Get some action in here.
And then it's kind of an insane run of directors. I know it's been Chris McQuarrie pretty much since, but you had De Palma, Woo, J.J. Abrams, and you had Brad Bird, who doesn't direct live action very often. Brad Bird does the fourth one. Kind of insane, but I love that because, like, you know what? But we watch Time Cop, and I love those cheesy '90s action movies. Like, there's something special about them, and I bet that Snake Eyes one's going to be crazy. What's the other one you guys have lined up?
The other one is Blowout, which is I
haven't heard of
another Brian De Palma movie.
Brian De Palma.
This time with John Travolta.
Okay, yeah, you guys are on a fucking.
I was thinking of Backdraft for a minute.
I've heard of really.
Oh, it's 81. Oh, 81. It's like young Travolta too. Wow.
Yes, dude.
Hair.
And I've heard some great things about it, so I'm honestly like super excited.
I'm adding those both to the watch list, man. That shit sounds cool. I'm in, but I gotta watch Face Off. Do you think I can convince Carly when I get out here? Be like, hey, let's put on John Woo.
Hey.
Yeah.
Maybe start with Hard Boiled. Hard Boiled's a lot more accessible.
Palatable, yeah. I just love. It's like when I watch. I said this with comedies, but with Face Off, if you really commit to a weird premise, I'll always give you a little bit of a benefit of doubt. Even if your movie's not perfect, I like it. Because I do like when a movie takes a swing. Even if they kind of miss, if they take a big swing. Like, the fact is, like, okay, it's an action movie where John Travolta and Nick Cage are wearing each other's faces. It's like, all right, you have my attention, sir. What are we doing here?
Yeah, speaking of movies that should have taken big swings, maybe didn't. I watched Michael. Bit of a disappointment.
My old roommate,
the music's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jafar does a good job. The kid who played Baby Mike did a good job. But it's just so safe. And I was like, okay, if you're going to play it as safe as you are, at least go in depth into like the genius of Michael Jackson and like his creative process. You've got like a solid like 50 years where he was kind of like more or less uncontroversial. And it was like, you know, he put out some banger music in that time. And it was like, are you going to like the creation of Thriller is in a montage where he like moves some post-its around until he under the post-it that says album name, he moves Thriller under that. And then it's like all right, that was Thriller, and it was like, damn.
Was there like an incredible him and Quincy Jones? Like there was a lot of writing going into those. Like these things, like the effort.
They had 500 songs written for the album and whittled it down to 9.
That's insane. And you're
took 5 years and so many demos, and they were just working and working. They're like, these aren't good enough. These aren't good enough. These aren't good enough. And like, yeah, it's like the highest selling album of all time. Like that's what it takes. And you didn't get any of that. It happened to Montage.
Yeah.
They're like, he named it Thriller because he likes scary movies. And like, next. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. So they skipped over a bunch of stuff. Like I'm reading more. Like the real Michael heads are like upset about the history is glossed over.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. I heard it was like I've heard the Antoine Fuqua, right? I heard he does a good job at like the
don't like him as a director.
No,
honestly.
You know,
Ben had beef with him.
Yeah,
knew this is gonna stink from the jump as soon as I saw his name. No offense to him, who did make some good movies.
Training
Day, he made Training Day, but how long is that? I was like,
that's 25 years ago. That's 25 years ago. He made Training Day. Everyone always says that they're like from the director of Training Day. I'm like, at what point? Has he just kind of made? Oh, he made those Equalizer movies. I think people like those.
Okay. Again, what does that tell you? Denzel Washington's a movie star. Yeah, we knew. And then I watched. Speaking of movie stars and needing them, I watched Over Your Dead Body, which desperately needed some star power, or maybe just two people with chemistry. Jason Segel and Samara Weaving
was that not
have
good?
No chemistry. I don't know. The Jasons. I know you like Big How I Met Your Mother guy. You might like it more. I just thought like they acknowledge the age gap. It's like on purpose, but it's still they felt like
it didn't feel right.
It didn't feel good. And then the guys who made this movie made like the pizza movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew the writers were the writers.
Popstar Never Stop Popping and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
they
like
wrote Popstar, did
that. No, directed Popstar. Didn't.
No, they didn't write that. Oh, it's okay. So Jorma Taccone is one of the Lonely Island guys. He directed.
Well, I just meant like it's one of the Lonely Island guys.
So two different creative teams. The writers were the team behind Pizza Movie. The director is one of the Lonely Island guys. But they are SNL. They're for SNL, like like legacy people. So that's who's making these movies.
Yeah, it wasn't like the most unfunny movie ever, but I don't think there's anything this movie does that like together doesn't do better.
Yeah, I was excited for
like
this
they're
one.
a real life married couple, so it was like an uphill climb. Also, Samara Weaving, who is Australian, somehow has the most. They let her have her real accent. It was coming and going. I was incredibly distracted.
Do you think?
I don't know if she's been over here too long or what, but I was like,
she filming Ready or Not 2 at like the same time or something?
No, because like her American accent is flawless.
Yeah.
So I would just have had her been. It did not matter that she was Australian, like at all.
Do you think same script, same direction? Do you think with two different actors who perhaps were a little better performances in this movie?
I genuinely think if you slide Alison Brie
and Jay Franco into this,
it'd be like at least a couple points better.
Okay, I can see that. I think that's fair because like I think I heard the concept. It looks cool. I like the writing and directing team. I think that although he's the lesser because Akiva Schaffer is usually the Lonely Island guy who directs them. This is the other one, Jorma Taccone or whatever. So I don't know. This is
the short one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how good this is. I liked Pizza Movie for like a stoner comedy, but that doesn't necessarily mean it translates to it. They're like dark comedy.
I mean, my theater enjoyed it. It wasn't like bad. I'm not saying it was like bad. It just wasn't.
I thought the casting was interesting because I didn't even on the trailer. I didn't think that Jason Segel and Samara Weaving really made sense as that couple.
Yeah,
like, it just didn't.
I would have replaced him. I think if you wanted an older comedic actor. Who's the guy from? Oh man, he does a lot of work.
Jason Bateman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah,
that's
Jason Bateman. He
sense.
would have been so much better.
I don't think Jason because I think Jason Segel it has more of a sincerity to him and less of that like kind of dry. Like Jason Bateman's got that sarcasm, deadpan that I think works better. I assume haven't seen the movie would work better for this kind of scenario. I feel like Jason Segel plays his best when he's more sincere. Not lying to his.
He's like, I mean, the premise of the movie is that they go in this weekend cabin and they both have coincidentally planned on murdering each other.
Yeah,
so he's kind of like off the rails from the jump.
Yeah, I just don't know if that was really the right casting for him. And I like Jason Segel a lot, but it's what it is.
I don't regret seeing it, but I
will see it.
Would never watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Ready or Not 2 was okay, but it's like it was fine. Yeah, I know you really didn't like it. I liked it enough. It's definitely the lesser of the two movies. It's like whatever. I think I like it less the more the time has passed. No, I'm saying out of Ready or Not 1 or 2, but I'm saying like as more time passes, actually, the more I think about the movie, the less I like it. The less I want to ever watch again.
the lore was just overwhelming. And
Well, yeah, we talked about that before, Mike. Because the first movie, it's like, oh, okay, the family made a deal with the devil. Now it's like, what? There's like 8 families. Like
the Book of Bylaws, which is like a fun bit. Like in a cameo, he becomes like a major character, and they start going through the bylaws, and it's like, oh no, close the book back. No one cares. Blow some shit up. I don't know, but yeah. Sorry to fully loop it back with our movie for next week.
Yeah.
Speaking of big swings, I didn't want to pick a theater movie because our guy's overseas.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick a movie that I know he's never seen, which is egregious. Eric Tenko. We're gonna watch Everything Everywhere All at Once because it's being re-released on Sunday.
He's
and I'm
never
gonna go see it.
seen that.
Never seen that.
What?
I know.
Cool.
This will probably be filed under movies Eric makes Riley watch, and then they both cry. But
yeah, it's a good one. I haven't actually seen it since its Oscar campaign. Like its Oscar runs, which is like not 3 years ago. Oh,
it's the 5th year. It's the 5th anniversary.
What
was it? 2022? It was. I thought it was 2023.
That's
was
why
2022.
It's back. It's been 5. It's been 5.
Oh my god.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
Time flies, dude.
Cool. I can get back into theaters, man. I've been having this dog has got me keeping me a little bit locked down. hoping to get out there again. Sneak away while I'm in. Go back to the theater. But I got there's some coming up. But I'm excited to watch that one again. That's a good one.
Yeah. I wish it was next week, then I would say Sheep Detectives, but alas.
Fuck yeah. That one's gonna win my fantasy league too. I'm hearing great things.
Me too, Brian. Me too. I'm digging myself out of an insane hole right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Sheep
Detectives, bro.
I'm hearing great reviews. It does not necessarily mean money, but I'm hearing good things about it, which is
all we can do is our part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
So we did in my fantasy league. We started like the season prior.
Yeah.
And I'm in second with negative 27.3 million, and the guy in first is positive 789 million.
Damn, Jesus Christ, guys!
Tell me he doesn't also have The Devil Wears Prada.
He does not. He has
Is that about to make
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh God,
Gamble.
That's where you can get him.
Some random anime movie, and then the one that I'm really hoping that the thing that I think will actually get him on is the end of Oak Street. Because I'm really excited.
It looks
about
good,
that movie,
but
it's just so expensive. So.
Yeah, Mike, my big swing because I have the Odyssey, but like they got they have Moana and what was the other one? Fucking Spider-Man for their big ones. But one thing I have that's huge is my bust. I picked the Acme Looney Tunes versus Acme one, which I'm gonna see. I think it looks fun, but that movie needs to make 170 mil to make money, and that thing is doomed.
Dude,
that's gonna be my fucking killer.
One of my buddies has Moana as his bus, so we're all about to be so.
There's no way they lost on the bus because I just feel like
Brian, did you change devices?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Mike, for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Vince.
Try and have this out by the time you're down at the lake. Happy birthday, Cav.
Shout out, Cav. Happy birthday.
All right.
Thanks, guys.